560 The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next in our AM 560 Weather Center. Cloudy, could be an inch or so of snow later this afternoon and a high of 27. Currently 21 at O'Hare. Next news coming up at 9, breaking news as it happens. And Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560 The Answer.
From the Matrix Home Solutions studios, this is Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560, The Answer.
Listen to AM 560, The Answer, online at 560theanswer.com, on the AM 560 mobile app, and your Alexa-powered smart speaker, on TuneIn, iHeart, and radio.com. If you're looking for the latest news, insight into what it means, and the sharpest opinion, there's only one station in Chicago where you can turn, and it's this one. We're AM 560, The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan and Amy. Who will represent Trump in Impeachment 2.0, the Senate trial? Will there be any additional consideration for not going forward with the trial? Should Trump put on any defense? Jonathan Turley from George Washington University Law, suggests that perhaps the best defense is no defense. Don't confer any legitimacy.
That's an option. Thank God Rudy Giuliani has removed himself. Over the weekend, he was, on ABC News saying, I'm going to make sure the president testifies in his own defense. Well, he's not going to be able to represent him because he was also at that rally and spoke at the rally, so he could be used as a witness. So you can't do both.
Yeah, I don't think Rudy is the right play there for counsel. Alan Dershowitz spoke with Alan Dershowitz on Friday. He didn't say no, but he also said he hasn't been asked, so we'll see. For more on all this, some of these unanswered questions, we're pleased to be joined again by Curt Mills, senior reporter at the American Conservative. Curt, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Hey, good morning.
One of the interesting things I saw the other day was Karl Rove suggesting that if Trump's defense in any way invokes the notion that the election was stolen or there was systemic fraud, that is one way that he can push a number of Senate Republicans who may not be ready to vote to convict.
I think this is obviously a fast-running thing. We are 48 hours, more or less, from President Biden. And whether or not this trial is going to go through, whether Biden is going to want to say, hey, let's put this to the side, hey, let's make it a sideshow, or even if the Supreme Court would confer legitimacy to any potential conviction, now that any conviction is assured. These are all open questions. Beyond that, I really don't know what more insight I can lend. I would say that it appears now that they are short of the 68 votes, that is 50 Democrats plus 18 Republicans crossing borders and voting for the other side. But other than that, it's just a mess for Donald Trump and obviously for the country.
Well, do you think that, I was having a hard time hearing you. Do you think Nancy Pelosi will deliver the articles of impeachment hours after the inauguration tomorrow?
Yes, that appears likely. I'm sorry if you can't hear me quite perfectly.
And so one of the issues, as some have argued, including Dershowitz, a former appellate court judge, Michael Ludig, saying that you cannot impeach a president after he has left office, that the trial itself is unconstitutional. And will there be any effort to pursue legal channels to get a court to weigh in to that effect?
Look, again, just to answer your question a little further, I would say that Biden is the key here. If Biden says that he thinks that this is not the right use of political capital, that's going to have a chilling effect on any Republican crossovers or even the Democratic leadership pursuing this. As for the legal questions, it's literally unprecedented. This is not something that I like to use in my writing because generally that there's a precedent for something. This has never happened. Ludig and other conservatives say it's no-go, but others make the case that it is, and it would have to be up to the Supreme Court.
And then there's the prospect of Ted Cruz and Josh Hawley. I mean, the idea that the Senate would undertake to expel them from the Senate under the 14th Amendment, Section 3, for aiding and abetting a seditious act, an insurrection, because they objected to the electoral certification. I mean, does that have any legs at all, or is that just essentially a talking point for guys like Joe Manchin when he makes the rounds on TV?
Well, guys like Joe Manchin are, in theory, the most conservative members of the Democratic Party, so it's not exactly great news for Senator Cruz and Hawley that even someone like Manchin is close to supporting an action, so considerable. On the other hand, though, I think it would set an enormously potentially reckless precedent, and I think we're still, I think there's still going to be more video footage coming out of this, and Hawley and Cruz, as people will try to spin this as, obviously this is not an insurrection. They'll make the argument. I think it's pretty borderline between an insurrection and a riot, but that's semantic. I don't expect Senators Hawley and Cruz to be forced from the upper chamber when all things are said and done.
And tell us what role former FBI Director James Comey is playing in this, because he's urging Biden to pardon Trump.
Yes, but
that's stupid.
Well, it's very difficult because it's like, because the pardon effect, it gives the legal semantics here, right? Like if Trump is pardoned of all federal crimes, like there's an impeachment trial and null and void, probably because of the constitutional concept of double jeopardy. But it doesn't save Trump from indictment at the state level. Trump and his family's businesses are under investigation by the District of Columbia and the state of New York, both of whom, especially D.C. after last week, was very, very much licking their chops to indict. But yes, Comey is kind of from this old school, as is Biden, the sort of bipartisan, reach across the aisle, good of the nation sort of thing. And look, Biden's the president. It's not without some legitimacy.
He is Curt Mills, senior reporter at the American Conservative. Curt, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you. God bless.
Thanks.
It's like a hot, steaming cup of information to start your day. It's Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Here's a fact. Too much of today's journalism is liberal and politically biased. So where should you turn to get accurate, leading-edge information that you can trust? The Epoch Times. The Epoch Times covers the news the way you need it, unfiltered and accurate. Cutting-edge topics like the danger of the Chinese Communist Party, the truth about the presidential election, the pandemic, Russia, the Middle East, the economy, and news you won't hear anywhere else. The Epoch Times is free from the influence of governments, corporations, or political parties. You get to form your own opinions. Here's a special introductory offer. You can get 1-month subscription to the Epoch Times weekly print newspaper, as well as unlimited access to their dynamic website for just $1. That's right, $1. Go right now to trustednewspaper.com. That's trustednewspaper.com to subscribe. Do it now. Trustednewspaper.com.
Turnkey IT. Oh, yes, they do more than what you think. Turnkey IT now is turnkey consulting as well. They're turning a new chapter in their business, turnkey consulting. And turnkey consulting came out of the need for so many small businesses looking for help to grow their businesses beyond just networking systems. Turnkey's team of consulting experts have decades of real-world experience in both corporate and small business. They know how to make an immediate impact to drive your company forward, no matter the size or industry. So get started today with Turnkey's Opportunity Scorecard, which provides a thorough analysis of your business, its systems, its offering, and most importantly, a roadmap to greater profits. In just 2 weeks, you can have a new insight into making 2021 your company's best year ever. And now for a limited time, your business receives the Opportunity Scorecard for half off. So visit turnkey.pro today to schedule your appointment. That's turnkey.pro, turnkey.pro.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time.
Being a truck driver, I don't always eat right, and it kind of balances out my natural body mechanisms and gives me a lot of energy. And I just recently went to the doctor to do a bunch of tests, and what was amazing, just like other people have said in your advertisements, is the first question was, what are you doing? I've never seen such good blood work. You are perfect. And so I told her this balance in nature. And I said, you really need to look it up because it works. So my checkup was excellent. So I'm just thrilled. I am really happy.
Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
Folks, when